Talk to me about anxiety, because I saw a really great YouTube short, and you have really good YouTube shorts, so thank you for those, where you talked about people dealing with anxiety. It was pretty interesting. I think it's something everybody feels like they deal with or deals with, but you had some interesting ways of trying to confront it or deal with it in a way that's not escaping it or medicating it.
Yeah, you never want to start something you can't stop. So you have a panic attack, you end up in the emergency room, the doctor gives you a prescription for Xanax. All of a sudden, you won't be able to stop that. Well, what if he taught you diaphragmatic breathing? So one of our most popular shorts is 4 ways to break a panic attack. But let's start with the idea that some anxiety is good. If you think of anxiety from 0, you don't have any, to 100, you can't leave your home because you're racked with anxiety. People who have low levels of anxiety die early from accidents and preventable illnesses. So I always want to keep my patients about 20 on a scale of 0 to 100. I want you to have enough anxiety that you do the right things.
Right.
That when you're out at a restaurant and someone says, what can I get you? The waiter says, what can I get you to drink? You go, water. Because you know, if you have that glass of wine or that alcoholic beverage, you're more likely to order dessert even though you didn't want to, because it's dropping frontal lobe function. Anyways, enough anxiety is important. Too much obviously is bad, makes you suffer. So we need to train our brain to settle down. And if you're anxious in a situation, the first thing is don't leave. Because if you leave because of your anxiety, the situation now controls you. So the first time I was on national television, I was on CNN, I had a panic attack in the green room, and I'm like, I have to get out of here. And thankfully, the voice in my head started laughing at me and said, you treat people who have this problem. What do you tell them to do? Don't leave. The second thing is breathe. And it's like, okay, everybody knows how to breathe, except they don't. That if you take twice as long to breathe out as you breathe in, it triggers an automatic relaxation response. And I was in the Army for 10 years, and they teach you to put your chest, put your chest out, suck your gut in, which is absolutely the worst thing to do for breathing, because it blocks lung capacity. And so when you breathe in, stick your belly out and try to breathe lower in your body with your belly. And so I teach all of my patients 4 seconds in, take a big breath, hold it for 1.5 seconds, 8 seconds out. Hold it out for 1.5 seconds. It's a 15-second breath. Do that for 2 minutes. You'll break the panic attack. Okay, you should at least try that before you take a Xanax. The third thing is write down whatever you're thinking. People who are anxious are masterful at catastrophizing. They have what I call fortune-telling ants, where they're always predicting the worst. Write it out. Ask yourself if it's true. And then simple supplements like theanine or magnesium or GABA or ashwagandha can be so helpful.
That's really helpful. It's interesting how you had to actually heal yourself on that, which shows that it's something we need to have as far as like a default mechanism. Being in the situation and dealing with it is super important. And again, being really wary of anybody who writes you a script for something, because that's how most people go down a very dark road. And those addictions happen quick, and they can be dangerous, and they can take over your lives. You talk about happiness.
You don't want to start something you can't stop.
Right.
So that's the rule I have.
Yeah.
And And psychiatric medicine, and I already said I prescribe it, and I'm really thoughtful when I do it, but I also know it changes your brain to need it in order for you to feel normal. And that was probably your experience with addiction, that once you start down the road, pretty soon your brain has changed, and now you need it to feel okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. I think it was Axl Rose who said it in the Guns N' Roses song, I used to do a little till a little wouldn't do it, so the little got more and more. And so, yeah, you talk to addicts on the street and they're doing their drugs not to get high, just to feel normal for a few hours maybe, and then they go back to this complete withdrawal. And I guess you're saying that can happen with social media, with mobile devices, with fame, and anything else that you bring into your life that over triggers that dopamine. And yeah, I've been there. It gets dark.
And you want to drip dopamine, not dump it.
Right.
And because when you dump it, you need more and more to get the same response.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?